This is carrying on from last week being 5th of November, Guy Fawkes night in the UK. Right, modular. I've got it actually set up the same as pretty much last week, but I have got a difference. The difference is that I'm taking my waveforms out of pulse. They're being mixed together. Last week they were sawtooth, this week it's pulse, and what I've got is I've got two LFOs giving me that classic pulse width modulation. So I'm going to turn it up. I've got them going through the filter up here, the A108 ladder filter. I've got some resonance here. Again, same thing as last week, going through VCA. Classic pulse width modulation, and this is the resonance that's giving it a little bit of a kick. I put another LFO here. I haven't used that yet, but I was experimenting just now before doing this video. Probably going to use that later. I've got a tap LFO here, it's coming off the peaks. I've got it tapping every second kick drum. Let's turn that down. Turn that down. So I've got a kick drum. Now, reminding you of last week, I've got the LFO here through this yellow cable, providing me effectively a master clock here. I'm running the master clock actually into the Synths Pico Trigg and its Pico sequencer. The sequencer, I've got it set on 16 gated notes, all C except for an E occurring and an F occurring on the 7th and the 15th note. That's what's giving us this variation. Right, I can plug in on Trigg the Pico drums unit, which is down here. I could plug in a snare here, I'll show you. Okay, now out of the bottom of this Trigg unit, in time of the clock, would be hi-hat. I'm actually using that to drive into my Euclidean rhythm generator, the Rebel Technology Stokia. I'm not going to use that at this moment. Right, cable out of here is running as a sync in to my Minilogue, and with my Minilogue out, the sync out, I'm running that cable all the way over and into my Volca Bass. So that gives me a synced bass. And then out of the bass, I've got a cable coming over here and going over to my sample. And I've got a sample running. Now with active record, I've actually changed the note on this percussion. It changes note here, just give me a bit of variation. And then the sync going the other way, out of the bass, I've got it running into keys. We turn up the filter. Now, going in the keys, so I can do a bit more variation, I've got my KeyStep plugged in so that I can overrun that tune and play my own tune. I think that sounds great. And once I let go, the sequence is going to carry on. Like I said, the Minilogue is the first thing synced in the chain. And then we can bring up the modular. Remember, I've got two VCAs forming a chain. You remember from last week, I've set the ADSR slightly differently. Let's plug in the snare. Also on the sample, I've got some drums in here. Bring the bass up. And what I forget, I've got this mixer, Behringer. Actually had a problem when I first bought it, but Behringer took it in. What had failed is the effects unit. I suspect the owner, sorry, the seller, which is a famous shop, it was probably defective when they had it. But anyway, Behringer took it on a Friday, returned it on the Tuesday, repaired. Not a problem like that. Actually, it's a beautiful build inside. Anyway, what we've got here to make it sound decent, we've got some compression. Certainly on the modular with the kick drum and everything, I've got some EQ turned up on the low and the mids, and with all of them I've got a little bit of reverb because otherwise it would not sound very good at all. And then what I didn't fail to say is I've got, still from last week, the same patch, Disting. I've got my wave folder through a VCA. Gives me a high, gives me a, what I'd call an 8-bit sound. Jam along. Take some of it out. here. With this voice here, it's a sample, and I was trying to get it to say earn or learn. I think I might call this track Earn to Learn.